What's going on, guys? I'm Daniel. You're on Hustle Every Day. This is my reverse osmosis system leaking water. And today we're going to attempt to fix it for literally pennies. And let me tell you, when these things cost $40 to $50 a pop for the spouts, if we can fix it for pennies, I'm going to give it a try. So obviously the first thing we need to do is go underneath the sink to your tank, and you'll see there is a little blue knob right here, and we'll want to make sure that we turn that knob off. And I like to double check by going back up to the top, turning the water on, and making sure that it is no longer coming out. Now, you might have a little bit of a drizzle, but that's okay. We just don't want it rushing out, because if the water is not turned off and we do what we're going to do, water will shoot straight up. And we also want to make sure that this water here is turned off, because there is a valve that will help keep the water from coming out of here when we inevitably pull this piece off right here. Now, disclaimer, I don't know how these work. I don't know if this is going to work, but I can tell you, if you're watching this video, it probably did work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece right here, and I'm going to give it a good yank upward. Now, I'm assuming there's probably going to be some corrosion and crud in there that's going to make it a little bit hard to come out, but I am hopeful, and this is with absolute zero research, I'm hopeful that I can get a hold of this and pull upward and it will come off. So let's give it a go. Oh, okay. Well, I hope I'm not wrong. Let's try again, because that really felt like it was stuck in there. I'm hoping it's not mounted in some other way that I'm not assuming, because my assumption is there is just a gasket down in here that when I pull it off, that gasket will release. I'm hoping the gasket down there has gone bad. So let's give it another try here. Oh, it moved. It moved up a little bit. Feels like there might be another gasket in there. There we go. Holy crap. Look, one of the gaskets is not even on there anymore, and the other ones are a little bit torn up. There's my other gasket. That's absolutely crazy. Let's hope the gasket didn't come off when I was pulling it out. I'm hoping the gasket had worn out from, you know, all the years of moving this thing back and forth. Luckily, I have a little screwdriver, so I'm going to get down in here. I'm going to get this. There it is right there. There's some of it. There's more down in there. I'm going to try to get all this gasket out because or O-ring, I keep calling it gasket, sorry guys. I want to make sure that it can seal properly. It looks like there's some little grooves down in there. So give me a second. I'm just going to use this little screwdriver, kind of scrape at the inside of here. I might try to get any corrosion or anything like that off that I see, and then we'll go to the next step. So I'm done scraping it out. I just took this little screwdriver and kind of scraped around in there. I did get a couple of pieces of O-ring out, kind of all over the counter now. I'm trying to pick a couple of them up and show you. I don't know if you, yeah, there you go. There's some stuff kind of stuck in there. And what I would do is, because there's a little water trickling every once in a while, I just kind of kick it on and create a little geyser to pop the stuff out that I got out of there. And we are ready to do the repairs. The first thing we're going to want to do is pop off these old O-rings. It should be pretty darn easy. We're already missing one of them, so we only got two that we have to take off. There's the easiest one. I could probably just grab it and just break it. So yeah, so now we got all those off, and the next thing I'm going to do is take just a little piece of Scotch-Brite, and I'm going to kind of clean this off, make sure there's no gasket stuck to it or any corrosion or anything like that in there. It didn't look like it, but I mean, we're doing this, so better be safe than sorry, right? So we'll rinse all the stuff out of there because it had that blue soap on it, so we don't want any of that in there. And we'll move on to installing the new O-rings. But before we do that, if you don't mind, I just want to take a second to say, please hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of this year, which gives me about a month and a half. I'd really, really appreciate it. Now, I will also put links down to the supplies we're using. They're affiliate links, so those do help me out a little bit. But If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and it helps me out a lot. So this is the O-ring set that we're going to be using. I will put an Amazon link down below, as I said. There's a few other ones out there, some a little bit cheaper, some a little bit more. Some come with picks, some come with a few less O-rings. I'll put a couple links down there so you can check them out. Like I said, they are affiliate links, but for now, let's figure out which O-rings we're going to need. I think those are going to be a little bit too big based off what I'm seeing. It looks more like these. So let's grab these. Yeah, looks like it's going to be these right here. So we're going to go ahead and put the O-rings on. So the way I like to do it, a little bit of a cheat, I like to start with the top one, and then I put the next one on, and I slide it right over the top one, and go down to the next one, and then I'll do that again with the third one. And that basically keeps you from having to lock it in. And basically for the third one down there, you'd have to go through all three. They can just kind of glide right over the top of the other ones. And that has always worked really well for me. We've got all three O-rings on. Now I'm going to give something a try. I don't know if I'd recommend you do this. I mean, it's totally up to you. But this felt a little loose inside of the spout. So I'm going to take a little bit of Teflon and I'm going to wrap it around the O-rings. Sorry about the guinea pig sounds in the background. My kids have 2 guinea pigs and they love to eat. Anytime they hear anything, they start screaming. They love lettuce. They're big boys. So let's go ahead, and I am going to take my Teflon tape and I'm going to wrap it, and I'm going to wrap it pretty good. I'm going to give it quite a few wraps here. I'm going to try to fill in some space. And this is just cheap Teflon tape. It actually looks like it might be a little too cheap. Hopefully it works. But yeah, this is just cheapo stuff that came with something else that I did. Got it on there. There we go. That's what mine looks like. You can try it without the Teflon tape. If it doesn't work, then go ahead and try it this way. Again, I don't even know if this is going to work. So let's get over to the faucet and pop it back in. This is it. This is where we find out if this is going to work or not. So let's go ahead and... That's tight. That is really, really, really tight. It went in pretty easy though. And it still feels a little loose. So fingers crossed it doesn't leak. Let's flip the water back on and see what happens. Look at that, guys. We've got the water running, as you can see. And that is completely dry. We did it. It worked. How long did that take? 5 minutes, and the price of 3 O-rings, which is probably just a few cents. Didn't have to buy another one. Wife will be happy. Kids will be happy. There's no grime and mold growing up there anymore. Everybody's happy. And that's it, guys. A few minutes of your time, a cheap O-ring set, and you've got a fix. Happy wife, happy kids, happy life. Everybody's happy. Listen, I hope this video helped you out. If it did, leave me a comment. And also, hit that subscribe button. It really helped me out a lot. Most importantly, continue to hustle every single day. Learn new stuff. And until next time, take it easy, guys.